990,000. Still clicking, man. Good evening, MML Blood Bowl viewers. This is a Mead and Mayhem League production. Check us out on mmlpro.com, and this is a Challenge League match between THACO Bellz, coached by Coach Amos Johansson, versus the Death Knight Stalkers, coached by Coach Dionysius, I think. If not mistaken, that's kind of like the Greek god of alcohol and drunkenness. The Death Knight Stalkers are carrying that bit extra more TV than the Skaven team. As you may have already noticed, the Skavens have employed the services of Big Rat, the Rat Ogre start player who has the Frenzy, Mighty Blow and Prehensile Tear skill. Also employing the services of a Wizard and 2 extra Bloodweiser Babes. Death Knight Stalkers coming into this match with 2 wins so far in the season. That's a 2-1 win against the Restless Dead, and a 2 touchdowns to 0 win over Fetchus Lavacha, leaving them second in the league. THACO Bellz not as successful so far this season. They've drawn 1 touchdown apiece against the Miami Goblins, and they suffered a loss, 2 touchdowns to nothing against Flash Drasov. And so we're catching the opening kick-off of the game now, and THACO Bellz quick to see what's happening there. As the ball is kicked, catch the Death Knight Stalkers off guard and are able to move their defence before the elves have chance to realise what's going on right now. The Skaven team, the THACO Bellz, are not that experienced, only 1 or 2 games under their belt. Not carrying many skills, which leaves them with a big TV disadvantage, but a big inducement advantage. Going through the Death Knight Stalkers, you see on the Blitz here, for example, possessing the Mighty Blow tackle and the dodge skill. Going to feature highly in this game, no doubt. And Black Dynamite, the assassin, is on the field, also having the guard skill. He's going to be one to watch with a flashing blade. The kickoff, not the best kickoff, actually resulting in a touchback, so possession will go straight to the hands of whichever player Coach Dionysius chooses. And he puts it in the hands now of selling the Dark Elf lineman, who's carrying a niggle at this moment in time. And already we see a Skaven on the deck, just stunned there. That's meat sweat. Little side kick there against Chimichanga, pushing him back off the line of scrimmage, and this one's gonna hurt. He's put him down hard. That's Quesadilla. Excuse me, my Mexican pronunciation is not the best. Quesadilla. So the Death Knight Stalkers now taking a full line on the line of scrimmage now, hoping to out-strengthen, outweigh their opposition. Be interesting to see if they can put the big rat down. Now with only one more rat to go, which is Enchilada, which is on the line. Providing that little support to big rat, and perhaps we will see the blitz coming from the witch elf who is hovering in the backfield there. That's Cassia. Very dangerous looking witch elf indeed. Very careful, I think he's moved through now. The ball currently in the hands of the unskilled lineman, who looks as though he's carrying a niggle. Be interesting to see how long his career actually lasts with this tail. And imagine to dodge away from Big Rat there despite having the prehensile tail skill. Ineffective this time round. And the short pass in the backfield by Kelvin. Retrieves the ball to Manian, the Dark Elf runner. One of the more experienced players on this Dark Elf team. Maybe the runner, but he's also training in the passing skill, so it seems. I must advise all viewers and fans who are watching in this stadium about the health warning that Skaven do carry. Bear in mind, I do hope all the players and officials on the field have had their inoculations. Skavens do carry a health warning at all times, and be aware they are prone to urinating all over the field. You may hear clicking every now and then. I do believe Coach Dionysius is trying to contact me, but I think he's trying to communicate me in the language of ants, as I'm not fluent in the language of clicks. And the blitzer knocks Camarion out. Good night, Vienna. He's out for now, but will he make a return later on in this game? THACO Bellz carefully weighing their options up here, but we see the block coming from Big Rat on Hellion. Didn't know need for the frenzy skill, knocking him down first time round, which not only that puts him on a tackle zone on Avin, the unskilled lineman there. It'd be interesting to see if Black Dynamite actually goes to work with the shadowing skill and the blade on this soft Skaven team. Not known for heavy armour, of course, very squishy. Just achieving the push now, pushing those the Dark Elf team further back into their own half. No major injuries yet, but it's so early on in the game. I do believe we may be seeing some blood spilt, some fur flying, and some pointed eared freaks screaming in pain. Bearing in mind that the Skaven team have employed the services of a wizard, so we may smell barbecued dark elf flesh later on at some point in this game. Taking the time now, carefully thinking through these moves. We do have the 3 Skavens in the backfield, slowly making their way up to support their brethren. And just look at the range on this little fella here. He's covered a third of the pitch in one bound. Putting a little more pressure on the Witch Elf there. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Amos Johansson does actually employ a safety and leave him in the backfield. Alright. Turn clock running out now into the final few seconds of this turn. Will he be satisfied with his plays this time round, or does he have something else up his sleeve? And here we go, a last second rush up the field in a second safety position. And let the blocking commence. Indrion there just managing to push Quesadilla back. No blood spilt this time round, but the blitz is coming in now on the gutter runner. And again, just achieving the push in. That's Laline against Mescaline. He'll be disappointed with that. He's trained in the bitey blow skill. But point to note, he also trained in the tackle skill, which will put Mescala's dodge skill hard to work. Coach Dinas is thinking through his tactics here. Does he surge forward and try and get that early touchdown, or does he stall and try and hold on to it? Both teams capable of scoring quick touchdowns because of the high speed and agility factors. I might say we might see a high scoring game this time round. So a little bit of protection front and back, but still not impenetrable there. And a dodge away by the Witch Elf, forming the back of the cage there. A little bit of protection. Checking out Mamian's Glutamus Maximus, looking so rock hard and shiny in his tight spandex pants. Shout out to Ran the Man in the chat, one of our familiar coaches out there, regular viewer on our Twitch channel. Interesting enough, they don't try and attack the rat ogre there, big rat, or don't try and dodge away from him, preferring to leave their plays up there as a safety screen, knowing that big rat will have to fight his way through there to get towards the ball carrier. But now Coach Amos Johansson actually putting a rebate in the background there, maybe hoping for that loose ball to come spilling his way. This time it's a successful block on Hellion by Big Rat. Put those claws to good use, and Hellion is down. He really felt that one, folks. I can see the blood spewing from his body, but it's nothing too serious. But he will not feature anymore in this game. Playing the numbers advantage now, the Skaven. One injured Dark Elf, one knocked out. Again, all the Skaven currently still on the pitch. We've seen it so many times, folks. People think the Skavens are small, nimble and weak, but they are nasty little blighters when they get those claws out. So again, yet to see the blitz here from THACO Bellz. It is doable on the ball carrier with a little bit of dodge skill, but probably just choosing to attack the cage right now. And here it comes. That's Chelipino there with a blitz, and it's a hard blitz, and again we see another Dark Elf on the floor injured, and again not that badly hurt, but he will play no more in this match right now. He's rolling on the floor in agony, screaming for his mummy. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing an elf in pain. The only thing that does it for me is a war dancer suffering. So Skaven now forming a pack around the ball carrier, making it hard for him to progress. The smother tactic here, familiar of seeing the Black Death. Spread their disease and pestilence all over these Elvens. Shutting down their options now, forcing the Dark Elves to dodge out of those tackle zones, but it's not going to be easy for them right now. With a successful block there against Injurin, just pushing him down there at the feet of his teammates. Yeah, in the inducement phase, THACO Bellz actually had 590,000 in gold to spell on inducements. And look what this, Meat Sweat is down, and not only that, he's down with a broken neck. He's running round helplessly and his head is flopping by its side. Just like an elephant scrotum just swinging in the wind. It's helpless. That's going to suffer. I think that's a career ender, folks. That's the end of his career. As I was saying, that's 590,000 in the inducement phase, leaving coach Amos Johansson to actually purchase a wizard, 2 Bloodweiser babes, and Big Rat for his team. And we're only on turn 3 here, folks, and we've already seen 3 injuries and 1 knockout. This is going to be tasty. And the Elven Blitz comes up now and achieving just a push on Enchilada there. Laline unable to put that mighty blow skill to use again on this occasion. But he does free himself and hurtles himself down towards the end zone, potatoing down the field. Potato! He'll be hoping for the ball to come flying over the head of his opponents. Oh, and the failed dodge there. That's unfortunate for the Death Knight Stalkers now. Leaving the ball carrier in a very dangerous position now. And as we mentioned earlier, we do have a gutter runner, Arriba! Actually hovering in the backfield waiting for the ball to come spinning his way. Big Rat coming into play again with a push against Black Dynamite, the Dark Elf Assassin. He's had one by the cherry, he wants another one. Again, just pushing him away. But look at this, folks. The Rats are teaming up on the ball carrier. Jalapenos and Burrito already bearing down the ball carrier there, open for that block and a blitz. And as they eye him up, Chimichanga marks up the Witch Elf, eyeing her backside up behind. I think he's suitably impressed. She does have very, very tight buttocks and looks rather nice in those thigh-high boots. He whistles for his teammate Quesadilla to come over and have a closer look. And again they're ogling this Cassia, the Witch Elf. And the pass into the arms of the Witch Elf, interestingly enough, by Marnine. He's not affected by this Skaven there with a foul breath and disease-ridden fleas on their fur right now. He possesses a nerve of steel. He didn't faze him at all. I just have to correct myself, and that wasn't a pass as such, that was the dump-off skill used. Managed to pass the ball into the hands of Cassia, who is still retaining that ball right now, guys. And it's actually in a better position than it was before. She will be able to dodge out of there, but where she will dodge to, I'm not sure right now. Do excuse me. And Skaven's in the backfield up, coming up now to try and cut off any escape for the Witch Elf. Obviously she can retreat into backfield, which may be her safest option, but it's not going to be an easy option. excuse me, I'm getting a bit of numb buttocks from sitting in the same position for so long. A slight readjustment. And just look at this pressure on the ball carrier now. I don't know whether they're lining themselves up for a gang tackle or just to look at her physique and the way her bottom looks in those tight-fitting hot pants. Just look at that claw coming over the top there. It's actually took the wind right out of his sails. Indrian now lying on the ground, struggling to breathe. But the silly elf is face down. If he flipped himself over onto his back, he'd find it a lot easier to get that oxygen into his lungs. Now, turn of the Dark Elves now. Cassia the Dark Elf will be wanting to escape the clutches of the rats there. Those dirty, dirty rats. It's not going to be easy. But the blitz in the backfield here, where's he coming from? He's going to go, they're going to attack the big rat. Successful. Oh, look at that high kick there. Enchilada stunned. Knocked him straight off his feet. But I'm thinking Laline would be wanting to put a bit of extra tackle on the big rat there. Currently marked up by the 3 Dark Elves. We may see the blade trying to come into effect by Black Dynamite there, the assassin. Oh, but he's ineffective now. The rat just looks at him and smiles. Put away that penknife, sir, he says. Come at me when you've got something bigger. Reminiscent of Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. So Cassia failing the dodge in the backfield there. And the ball spills out. Presenting an opportunity now for the THACO Bellz to scoop up the ball and scuttle away into the end zone for the first touchdown of this game. Question is, who will it be? Oh, we already make a play for the ball so soon in this turn. Chili con carne there, and he's in touchdown range. Does he go for the early touchdown or does he stall? And he's making his way all the way up there, but he stops short of the end zone, lapping up the attention. Not only is he in view of the 2 goblin cameramen, he's mocking the 2 injured Dark Elves, lying in pain in the dugout. He's laughing at them, he's grinning at them. So the rest of the Skaven now will slowly make their way through this Dark Elf team. He didn't want that. That's a little better. We're trying to take them out one by one. A little bit of push and shove, perhaps pushing him into his teammates there for a stronger block. And it come this time round from the Storm Vermin, Chimichanga, knocking his opponent to the ground. No serious damage at all. Again, Big Rat, just a push this time against Black Dynamite. And again, just pushing him. Coach Amos Johans will be disappointed with the money he spent on this player. He's tying those players up, but he's not inflicting the damage he'd liked. But the blitz is good there. Burrito hitting Avian, just knocking him down. I'm not sure what the tactics will be here. Maybe to try and tie up these 2 other Dark Elf linemen. I'm not sure. I'll provide that little bit of extra muscle there is Quesadilla, helping Mescalin, the gut runner, out. So we may see a block there coming up. And scuttling down is his other teammates who had much more muscle. These gutter runners really taking it to the Dark Elf team. That's a Arriba! Adding that muscle there, and the block is successful on the lean. Managing him to knock him down now at the feet of 2 of his teammates there. So it almost appears that the Dark Elves have been corralled into the centre of the game right now, centre of the pitch. Lalien there trying to make his way through and free his teammates up, which he manages to do. Not quite in range to stop that touchdown just yet, but they're trying to make their way up there right now. The dodge skills coming into good effect here by the Death Knight Stalkers, able to get away from their opponents. I think Avon, this guy will be okay, but I think Avon there will struggle. He doesn't want to be dodging towards the claws of the big rat there. He may choose to dodge to the left on the way, leaving the right flank unprotected. But Black Dynamite there trying to dodge away from Black Ray, manages to get away, but he stumbles away from him. THACO Bellz on the move again. Obviously no Dark Elves in the tackle zone vicinity of these players, so they may gang up on one particular player and hit them with everything he's got. A little bit of safety play there in the backfield by Sivasa, trying to stop those blitzing coming this way, and Big Rat has the same thing in mind, but only that he manages to put a tackle zone on the Elven Blitzer Landmail. Excuse me. So the gutter runners coming around now to cut off the escape route there for the Dark Elf team, again trying to corral them into the centre of this pitch. We've seen this tactic employed so many times in the fields with the farmers with their sheepdogs trying to herd sheep. Instead we've got rats herding elves. Those viewers out there who are not regular MML viewers, this is an MML game. It is a Challenge League match between the THACO Bellz and the Death Knight Stalkers. Check us out on mmlpro.com. So not making it easy now for the Death Knight Stalkers, ensuring they're going to have to dodge away from any Skaven players. Again a successful blitz there by Jalapeno. Just knocking him down to the ground there. That's Alphador on the deck, the journeyman. Actually choosing to play for the Death Knight Stalkers for free. As it happens, the Death Knight Stalkers are actually short a full team of this game. They travelled with 10 players, and there happened to be a Dark Elf in the crowd who was willing to play for nothing in hopes that coach Dionysius might actually sign him on a professional contract. Have to excuse me my pronunciation there. And the touchdown taken already there by Chili Con Carne for THACO Bellz. Still everything to play for, but the injuries really going against the Death Knight Stalkers there. We see the one injured rat in the dugout and the two injured Dark Elves. The player choosing not to recover right now. So as we go to the final half of this first half, it's 1 touchdown to THACO Bellz and 0 to the Death Knight Stalkers. Thanks for that, Dion. I'll try and short it just to Dion. That makes it a lot easier for me. Is it a play on words with the Greek god of alcohol and drunkenness, Dionysus, which I always find hard to say. But from now on it'll be Dion. So much easier. Thank you very much. So THACO Bellz will be kicking the ball this time round to the Death Knight Stalkers. Death Knight Stalkers will be hoping for a touchdown before the half-time whistle. Yes, Coach Dion, I think right now Nuffle is beating your backside with a hat stand. and he expects you to say thank you, but you will not play ball at the moment. He's not been very kind to you at the moment, but anything can change at any point in this game, and it often does. Taking in time with this kick-off now, folks, and it's not a kick-off at all. It's the Skaven throw of his what can we call that? His special arm, his manufactured arm, his prototype thrower. Managing to throw the ball fairly deep into the ground, but the stab still coming to good effect there. Not actually managing to pierce the skin of Enchilada, just managed to knock him down and knock the wind out of him right now. But the side kick there is better. Again, stunning him. My Salsa face down in the dirt right now. And the urine is beginning to seep out of these fallen Skaven now. Already up to the ankles of the Dark Elf lineman there. I can smell it from here, and the flies are in abundance. Here comes a blitz, folks. A standing blitz. Just look at that from Laline. He manages to push him down, and now he'll reposition himself into a better position. He decides to run around the back of his colleague, perhaps squeeze his bum on the way around, and position himself there on that left flank as I look at it. So the ball picked up there by the Witch Elf, the quick little pass by Cassia. And Marnian, the Dark Elf runner, who also trained as a thrower with these extra skills he's picked up. So Skaven there trying to shut down any advance of the Dark Elves here. They'll be wanting to go into this second half with in the lead with the one touchdown. They won't be happy if the Death Knight Stalkers manage to draw level. But the blitz is good against Laline by Jalapeno. Oh, and he's going to feel this one. That big haymaker coming straight over the top and knocking him down. You really felt that one, guys. Big rat coming into play. Whoa, look at that fancy footwork on the big fella. The one advantage of employing a big guy as a star player, I don't know if you have noticed, probably you are most familiar, they don't suffer from the stupid or the wild animal skills, which affects our normal roster lineup, big fellas. Always very useful skill to have, but unfortunately not possessing the block skill. Still a very fearsome opponent there, Big Rat. Strength 6. Rat, this fella, stronger than most of the other big guys out there, and he's got a decent agility as well at 3. So interesting now to see how the Death Knight Stalkers actually capitalise on this situation right now. They will be wanting to advance the ball as much as they can right now. Successful block on the Skaven lineman by Lamiel. I'm not sure which player will try and hot foot it up the pitch. Not many options right now. We do have the two Dark Elf players in the middle and the halfway line, the assassin and the lineman, who could actually try and make some way up the pitch, but it's not going to be easy due to the positioning of the Skaven on this team. He's decided to run the ball himself right now. Look at that, folks. And Indarin actually coming down and kind of
Is that like a loose screen? Is it is he hoping to receive that ball next time round? Back in the centre of the pitch, the blitz by the assassin Black Dynamite, choosing to keep his blade secreted this time round. And he marks up the Skaven thrower there, Sylvester. He just made it a little bit more difficult now for the Dark Elves, for the Skavens to get to the ball with the positioning there of the assassin. But they're more content with taking the rest of the team out right now. Choosing to mark up the Black Dynamite, the assassin there, and the block from the thrower, Sivasa, managing to push him back right now. Currently marked up by Burrito, so not the big advantage there for the assassin. Still a lot of Skaven in the on the left flank here. Still have their range of movement as they're not marked up just now. Again, I think we're going to see something nasty happen against Black Dynamite here. Ensuring that the Dark Elves don't have an easy ride up the pitch every time they're there, right on them. Here comes the blitz, folks. And it's good. Arriba! With the blitz there against Inderin. The big left slap coming over there, stunning him. That makes it that little more harder now for Morwen to actually get to where he wanted that ball to be. Coming into the end of the first half. Now, oh, look at that from Big Rat. Avtin is knocked out. Good night, Vienna. Interestingly enough, I'd have thought the Skaven, the Ogre there, would have claws, but it appears not. I'm not sure if anybody's within touchdown range right now. Jalapeno there going in the backfield, perhaps wanting that ball to come freed up and may see a pass to him. And a successful blitz on Arriba, the gutter runner. And it's not just a blitz. Look at that kick. He went down low and came up high. Scampering his way down the field there. Oh, the stab not working this time round. Put away that penknife, he says. Perhaps Coach Dion actually just content with getting this ball as far down the field he can, preventing the Skaven from trying to rack it back and catching a last minute touchdown. Failed dodge here by the Witch Elf, that's costly. The big blitz by the big fella. Hitting Black Dynamite hard. In fact, it's very hard. Oh my word. Just look at that. His arm is hanging off. It's hanging on by a tendon. He's trying to be a big brave boy. He's waving to the crowd, but his arm doesn't want to wave. It's hanging loosely by its side. You can see him wincing in pain, trying to hold back those tears. Look further up the field there. Jalapeno is actually within touchdown range. If the Skaven can actually blitz and free up that ball and get that ball further up the pitch, we may see another touchdown before the stroke of half time. Not this time round, folks. Content with that. That takes us into the half time on this MML Challenge League game between THACO, Bellz and the Death Knight Stalkers. THACO Bellz 1 touchdown up, 2-0. But we still have a whole half left of Blood Bowl action coming up, folks. Don't switch channels. Dark Horse taking their field there in their very tight fitting spandex. They look like they should be in a 70s rock band. I'm not sure if I'd be happy wearing the outfit though. It doesn't look like there's much room for manoeuvre. Both teams now choosing their lineups for this kickoff now. The Dark Elves will be kicking to the Skaven this time round. Nice loose formation the Dark Elves employ. Being able to cover the whole area of the pitch, no doubt. But look at Big Rat, he's staring 3 of them down. He's not afraid of nothing, this guy. He might have some serious hygiene issues, but he's a hell of a player. Here we go, folks. Second half coming up. And that ball's gone up. And up. And up, it's coming down with snow on it. Just look at that. It's still in the air. It's an up and under. Just gives a gutter on that runner. Arriba given plenty of time to position himself under that ball. Big Rat now with the block, giving a push this time round on the lineman there. The second time round is a little more successful. Just managing to knock him down this turn though. Just injuring the blodge lineman. Some very useful skills there. Lining up on a line of scrimmage with the journeyman, and he's having not yet any experience yet. Not learnt any skills. Sivasa the throwing, going nose to nose now. Just to make it a little bit easier for Enchilada. Oh, but he didn't want that. The extra training kicks in, and second time round he's successful. Wizard still yet to come into play, folks. I think that Skaven Wizard will be used at some point, possibly THACO Bellz do score a touchdown, and they'll be wanting to get a ball back as soon as they can. We may see a bit of fireball action. I've yet to find a suitable terminology for lightning bolt. Blitz only achieving a push this time around, but he manages to push him into the watchful gaze of the Skaven thrower there, Savassa, before making his way further up the field to try and put the pressure on there as Jalapenos. Perhaps position himself in touchdown range. Scuttling up the left flank now, and yeah, we've seen the ball go up there. He can progress his way up the pitch and toss that ball to whoever he wants. There's a number of Skavens now unmarked who are within touchdown range. And here comes the ball carrier. Arriba! Mescaline coming forward, just had a little bit of protection near the front wall of the cage. Obviously leaving his backside wide open. We don't like to do that, folks. We might get violated. But with a bit of dodging skill. But point to note that the Dark Elves, who are able to actually reach the furry little buttocks of the ball carrier, will have to dodge past Big Rat. And with that prehensile tail skill, it makes that a little bit harder. But Savassa's going to be on the receiving end now of a nice left kick. Taking him down, knocking the wind out of him. So deciding to screen up and put a defensive wall in against the loose runners at the front, and the blitz by the Witch Elf is good. Oh, she's a clever one, is this girl. Just look at that. Deciding not to put him down, but having to push him out a little bit further. Pushed him over the sidelines where he noticed the triplets were pacing up and down that sideline and have put boot to head. But in doing so, look what she's doing now. Look at those goblin cameramen. She's there. She's flashing her cleavage. She's flashing her legs. She's flashing what her mother gave her. But she stood on the sideline. That might not end very good for her. Joining the action, the dodge skill of the Dark Elf team is failing them right now. I wouldn't like to be the Witch Elf right now. As attractive as she is, and with such fine buttocks as she has got, I think she's going to get a smack on the ass by Chimichanga, and he's going to push her into the crowd. Now Chimichanga choosing not to right now, but there's plenty of guys that would like to smack her bum. Little handoff there, successful by Arriba to Mescaline. Mescaline's going to take that ball further up the field. Perhaps he'll nudge the Witch Elf into the sideline on his way up. But no, just look. Oh, the cheeky little monkey's tripped up in the end zone. Unbelievable, Jim. That's a big let-off now for the Dark Elves, and especially for the Witch Elf there. Perhaps she'll realise how vulnerable she is stood there on the sideline. Run the man, if I'm available. I'll commentate on any match if I can. Just let me know in advance when you are playing, and I'll try and oblige. So the Dark Elves will be seeking to take advantage of this error now by the Skaven. They're already putting players down in the second half. They'll be trying. They're desperate for a touchdown now. They want to draw level. No problem on the man. We've got probably 4 more weeks in this season left. Just let me know in advance. Sometimes easier with a co-announcer, but often people just leave me to play by myself. which I have been arrested for in the past, playing by myself, but it tends to be in public places, which is not good. Right now I'm in the confines of my own home in front of my PlayStation and this Twitch channel, so nobody can actually see what I'm doing, which in fact is a good thing, because as is normal when I'm announcing on Twitch, I am fully naked apart from my Wellington boots and a Spider-Man mask. THACO Bellz marking up those loose Death Knight Stalkers who had the sheer audacity and nerve to encroach into their half. They're not happy their teammate was humiliated by tripping over the end zone. Even the extra training couldn't save him. We see some fancy footwork in the end zone here. Could the little gutter runner there masculine mighty scuttle around the witch elf, smack her buttocks on the way around and pick up that ball and score? I'm very flattered around the man, but I have not actually grown up. I am actually a 7-year-old with a very deep voice, which came from having a smoking habit from the ages of 3 months old, and I smoked a pack of cigars a day. Dodge skill there, saving the witch elf there from the blitz. She'll be thankful for that, but with that blitz he can scuttle back over and pick that ball up and score the touchdown, but he doesn't! Not just yet, he fumbles it, it's slippy! Jimmy Changa finally claiming that ball and getting that touchdown. Run the man, we've all been there. Rugrats. They're a lot easier the older they get. So going not the way Coach Dean wanted right now. Obviously he's got 3 players injured so far in the game to the 1 injured Skaven. Down 2 touchdowns now, and the Rats still have the service of a wizard. But point to note, they have used up all their rerolls, so no extra training available for the rest of their game right now. Positioning now on the line of scrimmage. Let's see what this kickoff brings. 4, 3 and 2. You've been a busy boy indeed, haven't you, you cheeky boy? So choosing to position ourselves away from Big Rat, which is not a bad thing. Leaving the services of Alderweireld, the journeyman. The coach doesn't matter about him. He doesn't care if he dies. He's playing for nothing. He won't be getting any wages at the end of this game. And so am I, Grand. I've never been touched in my life. I'm still pure. Let's see what this kickoff brings in, folks. And again, the modified arm there coming in for the Skaven. Oh! And THACO Bellz were quick off the mark this time, guys. Just look at that. Not only is the ball gone all the way to the end zone, but they've actually seen and anticipated this move. And they've caught the Dark Elf team unaware. Just look at that. They're already halfway up the pitch towards that ball. And the Dark Elf team have not even moved yet. Choosing now to mark up those elf players, but we will see the blitz coming up shortly, guys. Not just yet. Coach Amos Johansson carefully thinking through his strategy. He's already put one guy potatoing up the field. He's called for backup. Just look at the fancy footwork there of Chili con Carne. Backing up Quesadilla there. And another guy. Enchilada choosing to mark up Cambrion, the Dark Elf Lion there. But where is the blitz going to come from, guys? The big surge by the Skaven now marking up all those defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage there. That's going to make that even a bit more difficult now. So perhaps one of these two gutter runners, Masculine or Arriba, will be coming up with the blitz. And Masculine, the last player to move on the field with no blitz this time round, guys. That's interesting. Nice positional play there by the blitz at the start of this kickoff event. Catching the Dark Elf team unawares. And that's a nice kick, just look at that. Cassie will be wanting to pick that ball up as soon as she can and try and scuttle it away. But which way will she go? Indrim placing himself precariously on the sideline there, staring straight at the Goblin referee. Perhaps he's trying to distract him, I don't know. Chimichanga with a nice kick there. Apologies. Chimichanga with a nice kick to the face there, knocking the wind right out of him, and the blitz away to safety. So here she goes to pick the ball up and make her way up the field. We'll probably see a little handoff to the awaiting player there. That's Marion, the runner. Not only a runner, he's training as a thrower too. This might be a good play coming up. Also trained in the nerves of skill might add, so he's not intimidated by the Skaven stood next to him. And the pass and the catch is good. And Potato up the field as Lillian. He'll be chasing that a little bit more experience. He's 1 point off gaining an extra skill. But we know what Amos Johansson has up his sleeve. I can see it now. Oh, the failed dodge, yeah, that's going to be costly. Maybe I called it wrong. But the gutter runners there putting the pressure on the ball. Kerry Lillian. He'll whistle for his buddies to come over, leaving a trail of rat feces and rat urine on the way, hoping the Dark Elf players are going to slip on it as they travel down the pitch. Might add they also need a health warning. Carry such dangerous diseases as leptospirosis, Viles disease and anything else, any nasty thing, perhaps even bubonic plague. I wouldn't like to be down there on pitch side. And the blitz coming in now on the ball carrier. Oh, and he felt that one. Lalian just looked at him and he said, "You dirty rat, you dirty rat." He's having none of it and he's put him flat on his backside. Now Lalian now is in touchdown range. But can he deal with Arriba? The gutter runner who's marking him up. Oh, that's very costly indeed. Unbelievable, Jim. No extra training there to save this time. Both teams, no extra training available. But luckily for Lillian, he does possess the dodge skill. But Arriba will have another bite of the cherry and try and take it off him. So marking up now, making that progression of the Dark Elf up the pitch even that bit more difficult. But we've yet to see their blitz. Will they try and blitz him? And here it is, folks. And he hits him good this time. That's Arriba with the blitz. Freeing the ball up. My apology, it wasn't a blitz, it was a block. Doing the three Skaven players in their backfield there. They'll be waiting for the ball to come winging their ways. So the block there by Big Rat. It's good this time round. The Big Rat out comes across and he puts the Dark Elf lineman flat on his back, knocking the wind right out of him right now. Achieving just a push on the lineman this time. Oh, stood there precariously on the sideline. That's not a good position to be in. So Savassa picking up ball up with ease. He will step to the left. He will attack that left flank. Will we see the ball come flying over to his teammates in the half? That's going to make it a little bit more easier, guys. Will we see a pass? We do. The pass is good. The catch is good. And Chili Con Carne will run in for another touchdown, gaining him that little bit more experience to get him that extra skill. We have one injured Line Rat and 3 injured Dark Elves at this point in the game right now. Those of you who may be unfamiliar, this is an MML game. That's Mead and Mayhem League. This is a challenge league game between the THACO Bellz and the Death Knight Stalkers. Season 6, Week 3. If you are unfamiliar with the MML, check us out on mmlpro.com. If you do play Blood Bowl 2 and you own a PlayStation 4, why not register on the website even, put my teeth in, create a new team. You can play in the farm and take that farm into the Challenge League or even the pros, and you can have your games twitched live by the MML, mmlpro.com. Love you, Jimmy. So last half of this second half, now the last quarter even, if we want to be all American. Not in that much difference that the change of weather, only to the one bounce on the kick-off, but it's a nice short kick there. Can the Death Knight Stalkers try and capitalise on this? And another successful block there against the Line Rat. Jostling for position now, giving themselves options. Unable to make use of the mighty blow skill there is Aline with the blitz, but he does manage to make himself further down the field, but he's leaving himself in the open to the Skaven defence here. He's called his buddy there, Indra, actually come over to help him out. But it's probably not enough to stop the Skaven from swarming him on that flank right now. Oh, but the pass is terrible. That could be costly right now. Big rat with a successful block there on the unskilled journeyman. Just bringing him down. Sad in his backside now. He'll be creasing those tight leather spandex pants right now. He won't be happy about that. And here comes the blitz. Quesadella achieving a push on the Dark Elf lineman Camerion, pushing him away from the ball, which will free it up for one of the gutter runners to come up and scoop it up. Here comes Chili Con Carne, scorer of 2 touchdowns already in this game. Making a cage around the back of the ball carrier here, protecting his furry little buttocks. Obviously not impenetrable because his front end is unprotected, and as we all know, we should always wear protection on our front end. Yeah, Duron is a high viewing spike. I do believe Jimmy Fantastic is actually hosting this. So we've probably been ridiculed out there now by umpteen PC players. Coming to dying moments now of this MML game between the THACO Bellz and the Deathnet Stalkers. THACO Bellz 3 touchdowns in front and still have a wizard in tow. Oh, and the left kick knocks my Salzer out. Good night, Vienna. Salzer's on his way down to the turf. So Wayne, what options they have left here? It's easily they may be able to get that ball back with a bit of fancy footwork and their blitz, but they don't have the players down the field where they want them right now. Very true, Duron. I get ridiculed everywhere I go. I've only got to set foot outside my front door and people point and laugh at me. But the worst thing is they're not laughing with me. It's probably because I forgot to get dressed one morning, which happens quite a lot. As I mentioned before, I am now hosting wearing nothing but a pair of green Wellington boots and a Spider-Man mask. Lothandra, you sound a lovely charming chap there in a Twitch chat. Be interesting to see which charm school you actually went to. So ball actually freed up now by the Death Knight Stalkers, but he's a touchdown out of their reach now. Big Rat putting that frenzy skill to good use against the Dark Elf lineman there. The Journeyman. He just tipped up at this game, at the game, with his boots in hand, realised the Death Knight Stalkers one player short. He's hoping for a professional contract, but he's been crap. He will be getting that professional contract at the end of this game. Positioning this gutter runners far back in the field, and I hope of that loose ball to come whizzing its way over for the 4th touchdown in the few moments left in this game right now. We will see a blitz on the Witch Elf trying to free that ball up. And the blitz is good against Casilla by Chimichanga. But it's not that good. Just manages to knock her on her back, but she likes being on her back. She's a cheeky girl. Making his way up the pitch now, and does he toss the ball? Who decides to keep hold of it? That's a wise decision just now. That block skull could prove so effective. Oh man, and good night Vienna. You'll feature no more in this game. Cameron actually stunning himself in that wrestle, bringing the line right to the ground that time round. Good point, Wetrix. I didn't mean this time round, I meant next turn round. Burrito there, actually stunned. Interesting choice of names here by the THACO Bellz. Trying to put pressure on the ball carrier now. Last ditch blitz now. We're going to see a suicide blitz on the ball carrier by the Witch Elf Cassia. And it's good. Chimichanga is hit face down in the dirt. The ball bounces straight back into her hands. I'm sure she's used to handling balls with that skill there. So what left now for the Death Knight Stalkers? Their options are limited, but the dodge failed. Not the what he wanted right now. Still gets the use of the wizard now by the THACO Bellz. Are we going to fry the Witch Elf? Weighing his options up in this last play of the game now. He'll be trying to steal that 4th touchdown. Excuse me. Chili con carne working his way up now for an extra bit of muscle there, checking out the buttocks of Cassia. As we already mentioned, these tight-fitting leather hot pants and thigh-high boots, mesmerising to all these players stood behind her. Achieving just a push this time round. He wouldn't have wanted that. And Big Rat having a go as well. He wants to come and check out that Glutamus Maximus. Fry, bitch, fry! And just look at that bounce. Lovely choice there. Lovely use of the lightning bolt. Bouncing the ball free at the feet of Masculinity. Will pick that ball and go in for the 4th touchdown now for the THACO Bellz. Smells like barbecue dog hair. Pop trivia. What quote was that from? Smells like barbecue dog hair. And we did not see the 4th touchdown. Obviously, viewing through cable TV, it cuts the action quite quickly. So no coach is actually available to talk to me into chat right now. We've had no contact with Coach Amos Johansson, but we did try and get the coach of the Death Knight Stalkers in the chat, but there was a problem with his mic. And unless he's some kind of giant mutant Ant-Man and talks in clicks, then I didn't understand him. So if we have a look at the league, where that match leaves them in the MML Challenge League. Death Knight Stalkers, despite their heavy loss there, they still retain. Oh, actually, the match has not been confirmed yet. I spoke too soon. I don't think he's African. Not some kind of Hutu or Zulu warrior. I think it was actually a technical problem with his microphone. Let's see if the matches have been confirmed yet, so I can actually get a final placement on their league positions. No, as of yet. Well, that's as it stood before the game. We saw THACO Bellz actually in 7th position in the league, with 1 draw and 1 loss under the belt. But that win will actually jump up the table a bit. And Death Knight Stalkers had 2 wins under the belt, and let's see how that changes their position now. Left to play in that conference, we have the Fetchless Lavache and the Restless Dread. If we ever take a look at these 2 teams here. Restless Dead, coached by Jonah 2005 UK. Spotting another dead team there. Actually got a strength 6 mummy with guard. Very useful player indeed. We did have a white with a plus strength, so it seems, but I'm guessing that the injury even, actually he took that strength away from him. Yeah, smashed collarbone. So curse or a blessing. But we do have a zombie with strength 4 as well. If we go into their past record and see what they've actually got, they've lost their last game and drew 0-0 with Lush. And if we look at their opponents, which will be the Fetchla Slovace, I'm not sure what that means, that's Coach Nergi, fielding a Bretonian team. A lot of injuries hit this Bretonian team as we're looking at it. I'm not sure what injuries they actually are. Fractured leg. I think there's going to be a few missed next games on this team. That'll make it harder for them. Who did they play in their last game? They played Prague number 5 team. Now, for those of you who are watching, maybe familiar with Prague number 5 team, they did feature in one of our pro conference last season, but didn't make the cut due to timings. So Prague number 5 team are a very experienced team. If I can just get them up on the feed now, a TV of 2030. Did I say chaos? I meant dwarf, excuse me. And that's a fearsome looking team indeed. Obviously a lot of tackle there. Very fine tuned to play against the Skaven and the Elf teams. And that will conclude. Yeah, I know there's not many fans of dwarfs out there. Nobody seems to like them. If you look at the nickname, whoa, plenty of dwarf haters out there. I've yet to see one person say a good thing about dwarfs. Let's have a look at the other team in this league. This is a Fostrasol Necro team. I'm not sure where this coach hails from. It's an ogre. Fairly inexperienced Necro team here, probably one of our newer coaches to the MML in his first season here. Now Lush I saw play the other night. This is Coach Mighty T and his High Elf team. Starting to develop, I wouldn't say a very high TV team if you look at it, but they did suffer an injury in their last game to their catcher there, the movement 9 Agi 5 catcher. I do think he suffered quite a... Let's have a look. Yep, as I thought, he's carrying 2 niggles at the moment, which is going to be a big blow to that player. So folks, that will conclude this match's viewing for the evening, as some of us have got to sleep and get up for work in the morning. This has been an MML production. That's Mead and Mayhem League, and it's a Challenge League game. Check us out on mmlpro.com if you're a PlayStation 4 and you play Blood Bowl 2. Register a new fresh team on there. You can play in our farm, our open ladder tournament, and perhaps you can bring that team into the Challenge League or the Pros. Thank you and good night.